Print Store demo. In this demo we'll go through an overview of the areas of the site, how to order a canvas card, how to order a direct mail piece, and also how to download a piece of digital marketing. So when you log in, you'll be presented with this screen here. On this top bar we have your product gallery, which shows all the areas of marketing that you have available. We also have the cart, which once you finish customizing a product, your items will be placed in here. The drafts icon, which we will cover later. The help section, which currently has a PDF guide on direct mail, and also an area to either log out or access your account details and previous orders, which we'll also cover later. For starters, let's go through how to order and customize a canvassing piece. So for this, we click Product Gallery, and for this we will select Canvas Cards, and we'll be given a selection of all the marketing material that is available to you. So for this one, we're going to try and cover as many of the fields that are available to us. So we'll go for the Sale Agreed Canvas Card. So click More, which will then give you a higher res view of the card, and then click Continue, and now we get to the customization step. So on some products there are maybe various options for designs, and you may be presented with a drop down field. So for this one we have a text option field, so an option 1 or an option 2. Now what we will be able to tell the difference between these two options once we've customized this section here and hit refresh preview. So let's just do that first. So for this one I want to select option 1. I have a bullet point, as you can see down here on the artwork. There's 3 bullet points. So bullet point 1. So I mean, anything you've previously entered on these cards will be remembered. It will be held within your internet cache. So if you've typed anything in before on these things, you can go back and enter them again. But for this instance, we're just going to put test bullet point 1 and test point 2, and finally on the right hand side of this card we also have the option to upload an image. So with cards where there's an image upload, you'll be presented with a grey box like this, where you would click select, click upload. You would then go to wherever your images are stored. So for instance mine are stored on my backup drive. So I'm going to select a nice image of a property and upload that. At this point I now have filled in all the questions on this step, so I'm going to click refresh preview, which does 2 things. It will give me an update graphic of what I've just selected via these options here, but it also acts as a save point as well. So when we click refresh preview, the draft section that I mentioned earlier, this is now saved in there. So should you have a disconnect or a log out or anything like that where you lose your progress, it is saved in here if you ever need to go back. So that's just worth remembering. So at this point you can see I've got my test bullet point 1 in here, 2 and 3. As you can see, they're in there. I can still go back and change this if I want to. So let's change that to 3. Hit refresh preview again. And there we are, you can see that's updated there. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go next. With these cards as well, there are items such as personal details. So as you can see, the first name and surname have already populated. that is pulled in from your account. So there is information that is pulled automatically from your account. You can change this. So if I want to change this to Nathan, I can do. So to view the next page of this preview, we would click this button here, and as you can see, also your pictures are already pre-supplied to us as well, which pulls in again from your account details, so you don't need to upload your own image. So as you can see, there's certain information that's popped in here. So location, that'll be the location that I'm in, so my property expert location. So for instance, mine is Peterborough. I can upload a QR code, which is the same process as uploading the image for the front of the card. And also, as you can see, my telephone number and my email have automatically populated from my account details. So at this point, I want to click refresh preview again. And there you go. So my QR code is in my personal details here, as well as the design for the text. Now obviously, earlier I mentioned about there was a drop down for a text option 1 and text option 2. So let's just go back, just show how that works. So let's select option 2 this time. Refresh the preview again. And as you can see, now I have a different option for the back on the text. So let's just click that again so we can actually see that change happen. And there you go. So at this point, I'm happy with this product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go next. I'm going to go next again, because I've now completed that step as well. And now I'm presented with my order details. So at this point, I want to select the quantity of cards that I wish to order. So these are the available quantities for the canvassing material. So I'm going to say I want 500 of these cards. And then if I just hit recalculate, it will give me a live update. So for 500 items, I'm paying £35. At this point, I can view a proof of my product again, which comes up in a pop-up window. And as you can see, there's the front and the back there. I can just cycle through that by clicking these arrows here. I can also view it as a higher res, as you can see here, if I want to. But I'm happy with that now. So I now click proof approved and add to my cart. Now I could go through the checkout process now, but I want to go through and demo how to do a direct mail piece. So once again, I would click product gallery, go to direct mail, and let's pick another card. Now the customization process is the same for all products. There's no difference within the actual kind of getting your information and your images through any of the products online. It's just how you get to the cart that may change sometimes. So let's pick this one for instance and go continue. So on here I have a street address, a street line 1, a town address which is address line 2, the day of an open house, a date, and my other information is already pre-populated. So let's just say this one is on London Road in Peterborough. Actually no, London Road, sorry. London Road in Peterborough. And it's Sunday the 22nd of Jan. So once again my first name, my surname is populated. my area that I operate in, and also let's upload my QR code again. And with this image here, there is a pre-populated image. So if you don't want to put your own image up here, this is what will appear. But let's just say I wanted to have my own. What I will do is I'll go and select my own image, open that. Click refresh preview again. And there you go. So as you can see, it's populated my details. I'm thinking, do you know what? I prefer the original image, so I'm going to go back to my library, select it, and then hit refresh preview again. So at any point you can change the image. You can even upload another one. These images are as well per product saved in this library. So if you ever want to reorder this product, this image will be there the next time you go on to order. So I'm happy with that. Let's go next. Which now takes us to the recipient list, which is the data for our delivery. So this can take up to 10-15 seconds to load, just because it's accessing a database with millions of lines of data. So you have two options. You have radial and same street. Now we'll go through both of these, but as a quick overview, radial, you will put a postcode in and it will give you a radial search within a certain number of miles of your postcode search. So let's just put in our postcode where we're based. Click search, and as you can see on the live map here, it shows you the radius around the center point of the postcode I've put in. On the right hand side here I have a selection of search filters, so I can widen this radius just by changing this, and as you can see, you get a live update is how many records I have. So the maximum at the moment is 10,000, so I have 10,000 records within 1 mile, and the data cost will be £300. So let's change this back down to 0.5 miles, and I'm down to 2,850. Now I have various criteria I can search under as well. So property type, I can be specific as to which houses or properties on the market I want to look for. So let's go for detached. There you go, we've gone down to 154 now. We could search council tax band. Let's go A 32. Obviously the more specific you get, the less records there's going to be. Let's go for a property value of up to between 150 and 250,000. I'm now down to 18. You can even select how many years of residency. So let's say 6 to 10. I'm down to 4 now. Ownership status, let's say it's a homeowner. Local authority is basically your council area. I won't put that in just for now because that's going to kill this data down way too much. But let's, for instance, let's enter that, say we want a 3-bedroom detached. So there you go, I've actually been so specific, there is now no more data that matches this criteria. So what we can do, we can just go and remove some of these. Let's say, do you know what, I want detached and I want terraced. And as you can see, the data is now coming back up again. I'm not bothered about the council tax band, so let's take that off. And as you can see, the more you specify which filters you want on, the more your data is going to change. So at the minute I'll be paying 45 pence for my data, and I'll get 15 records. So that's the same street function. Sorry, the radial function. Let's show the same street function. Now same street's great if you've just sold a house and you want to send some marketing to the rest of the properties on that street that you've sold on. So it's kind of like a 2020 leaflet. As you can see, the same filters are on the right hand side here, and what you would do, you would enter in a postcode of, say, a house you've sold. Let's enter that, click there, and then you get all the properties that match that postcode. So let's say I've sold this house here. Now obviously I've still got my criterion from my last search for, so let's just remove all that for now and see how many properties we get. There you go. So there's now 109 properties on that street, apart from the one that I've just put in there, because obviously you don't want to market your own property you've just sold. So at this point I'm going to say, do you know what, I'm happy using the same street data. I could put some of these filters in, but I'm not going to for the purposes of this demo. Let's go next. And then on this screen you are given a snapshot of the data that you will be receiving and will be printed on the cards that are going to be sent out and mailed out. I can view more records. At the minute saying it defaults to 10, but let's just say I want to view 200 records per page. I can now scroll down and see all these records in here. I can also force down my data, so there was 109 records originally. Let's say I only actually want 100, and what that will do now is that will randomly take out 9 records from this data. If you want to be more specific in which properties you want to take out, what you can do is click this button here. So let's say I didn't want number 70 in for whatever reason, maybe they don't want any marketing. That'll be automatically taken out. Let's actually now I want that back in now. If there is a particular address you've had maybe a complaint from, or you've had a indication is not to send any further marketing material, you can use these search filters here to search for, let's say, number 57 didn't want any more marketing material, so we'd take him out. Okay. We do run a suppression list which is updated every Friday, so if there's any customers that you hear from that don't want to be contacted by yourselves anymore, just let us know, and what we'll do is we'll add that to the suppression list and they will no longer appear in this search function. So at this point I'm happy. I'm going to go next. And I now get an overview of my data. So it's saying I've requested addresses on the same street as 67 Medford, got a P2P, 25RY, United Kingdom, that meet the following criteria. Now we took out all of our filters, but if you did enter any filters, it would tell you which one they are, which one you selected, such as property type. Did you select a terrace or a semi-detached or a detached? You get a view of how many total records, your total cost per record, which in this case is 3p, and your total, which is actually £3. Ignore that third decimal. So by default we include a seed. So if you want almost like a proof of postage, a copy of your artwork will be sent to your address, your personal address that's on your account. You can unselect that if you want, so in case you don't want any delivery to your house, but by default we have that on there. We also ask that you agree to our terms and conditions. I won't click at it now because it's quite a lengthy document. At this point we'll click confirm. You've only actually confirmed the data now, so nothing is finalised yet. You've not placed any orders. You will now get similar to the previous screen, apart from obviously there's no reason to select a quantity now because it's been done on the data set, of a proof. So let's just click proof. As you can see, here's my proof. This area here will be blank because this is where the data will go. For GDPR reasons we're not allowed to place data on a proof. At this point I'm going to click proof is approved, add to cart again. So for the final step we'll show the digital marketing. So click product gallery again, click digital marketing, and then you are selected with you are given an option of items to select from. For this one, we're just going to actually select a static campaign download. So click more, click continue. Right, so with these ones, these are static social media panels that are supplied to us by your design and marketing department. So what you have here is actually a product gallery. So what you can do is select which one you want to pick. So as it's March at the current time of recording, let's pick this one. As you can see there, let's refresh the preview. There you go, as you can see. You can select various different ones, so let's go for question of the day as well, just to show the process again. There you go. And let's select just for completion, let's just select another one, just so you can see. You can select quite easy from image library. It's the same process if you uploaded an image yourself, where you just click refresh preview and you can see what you're going to get. So let's go next. This is fixed at 1 because it's a download product. Once you've downloaded it, you can use it as many times as you wish. I could proof if I want to. I'm just going to get the same picture there as I did on the previous page. I'm going to go add to cart, and there we go. So at this point, I'm happy. I've ordered a canvas card. I've got a direct mail in my basket, and I've also got a static download. So I'm now going to check out. So this is fixed here, as is this. Click next. I get an overview of my cart and also how much it's going to cost me. At this point I would place my order, so check out. And I get confirmation that my order has been received successfully and an order number as well, as you can see there. Now at this point I can continue shopping, I can print my order details, but what we're going to do is we're going to go and download that digital marketing product that we just ordered. So to do that, we would click the account, we would go to account, go to order history, as you can see it says that this order is in progress. Let's click the number there, and as you can see we've got our 3 items we just ordered. You'll notice on this download product there's a little symbol here. Once you're in this section, if you click this, it will download your advert to wherever your downloads go on your computer. So in this case, let's just see if I can grab my download. There we go. And I will get my JPEG of my electronic ad. And essentially, that is how to use the system, customize a product, order a direct mail, and order and download a static digital marketing piece. Hope that's helped, and thanks for your time.